Hi everyone, we are Group 5. The theme of our group is logical. These are the members of our group: 张佳蕊、赵玉琪、王晓丹、耿诗文、陈继续、陈文豪。Part 1: Definition of logical. Logical is the study of reason and argumentation. Science provides rule to check if reason is correct. Art helps us express and communicate clearly in complex situations. Importance to logical. Logical is important for clear thinking and communication in philosophy, science, and daily life. Philosophy support fields like knowledge and ethics. Science improve experiment and theories. Logic and current issue. Logic is useful in modern problems. Information filtering support true and false information on social media. Artificial intelligence, the best for algorithms and data debate and decision building strong and clean argument. Visual scientists in the philosophical course Bristol. Logical is the key to all science. Decorate. I think therefore I am logical need to choose.
Part 2: Basic types of logic. Here are some key points. The first is formal logic. It includes syllogism, induction, deductive reasoning. Syllogism is a form of reasoning in logic, which consists of a major premise, a minor premise, and a conclusion, and a necessary conclusion is drawn through two related premises. It has strict logic. If the premise is true, the conclusion must be correct. Induction is a reasoning method that derives general conclusion from specific examples or individual facts. The conclusion has a certain probability, but it is not guaranteed to be absolutely correct. Deductive reasoning is a logical method that derives specific conclusions from universal premises. If the premise is correct and the reasoning is valid, the conclusion must be correct. The second is informal logic, the logic of argument and debate in everyday language. The third is application scenario, from philosophical theory to practical decision-making.
Logic helps us reason clearly. It starts with proposition statements that can be true or false, like the earth is round. Through the reasoning, we connect premises to conclusions such as all humans are mortal. Socrates is a human, so Socrates is mortal. We also evaluate arguments based on validity, whether the structure is logical and reliability, which checks if the premises are true. Finally, avoid fallacies like omnis attracts or false dilemmas, which weak arguments. Understanding these concepts helps us think critically and argue effectively.
And the part 4 is identification and analysis of logical fallacies. Here are 3 key points of content. The first one is common logical fallacies, and 2 is how to identify logical fallacies. Last one is impact on social issues. Here are common logical fallacies. The first one is ad hominem. Instead of addressing someone's argument, you attack their character or others' personal traits. The second one is straw man, misrepresenting or oversimplifying someone's argument to make it easier to attack or refute. The last one is appeal to authority, using the option of an authority figures as evidence imposed of a claim, even if there aren't an expert in the relevant field. How to identify logical fallacies? Understanding the argument structure. Every argument has premise that supports a conclusion. A flaws occurs when the responding between this premise and the conclusion is filled. Check out for missing evidence. Look for unsupported claims. If a claim made without surface evidence or responding is met and indicated flancing, like beginning the question and hasty generalizations, evaluate the use of comparisons. If the argument raises heavily on compare who two things but the comparisons doesn't hold up, the argument might be fallacious. Here, the impaction on social issues. The first one is undermine relationality and circle thinking. The second one is promote misinformation and false propaganda. The last one is affecting legal justice.
Now that my friend has finished his part, let's dive into part 5, the application of logic in philosophy and current issues. Role in philosophy. First, analytical philosophy. Philosophers such as Bertrand Russell used formal logic to solve philosophical problems by breaking them down into smaller, analyzable parts. Second, ethical argumentation. For example, formal logic helps identify contradictions in moral frameworks and ensure the consistency of principles such as utilitarianism or deontology. Third, epistemology. Logical tools such as deductive and inductive reasoning clarify the relationship between evidence and conclusions. Moving on to the next point, application in society. To avoid fallacies, for example, avoiding false equivalence or slippery slope reasoning and ensuring that policies are based on reliable evidence. Identifying misinformation. This can promote critical consumption of news and promote reasonable journalism. Promoting rational dialogue. Encourage rational debate rather than emotional or irrational reactions. Now, let's take a closer look at media and misinformation. Analyze the club. For example, many conspiracy theories rely on anecdotal evidence or circular arguments. Source tracking. Logical methods involve evaluating the source of a claim to determine whether it is credible or biased. Fact-checking and verification. Cross-referencing a claim with reliable data sources may reveal misinformation. That concludes my section. Let my partner continue to the next part.
I will introduce the part 6, suggestions for improving logical thinking. First is the methods of learning logic. Read books like Introduction to Logic and also The Art of Thinking Clearly. Solve some puzzles like Sudoku or logic riddles to sharpen your reasoning. And also analyze classic arguments and study some formal logic rules to understand structured thinking. Second is the practice in daily life. Spot fallacies in ads or debates, like the appeal to authority, and also ask why when reading or discussing, and use some diagrams to break down complex problems. The last one is the significance of logic to the future. Why does it matter? Logic helps build some strong research frameworks and also improves decision-making in careers and enhances clear communication in everyday life. With learning and practice, logic can make your thinking and understanding sharper and more effective. These are all for our growth. Thank you.